Hello, everyone! American inventor and entrepreneur Thomas Edison said, "Everything comes to him who hustles while he waits." Sometimes fate rewards hardworking people in very unexpected ways. This is our story today. In Cleveland, there was an ordinary woman, 36-year-old Kara Simmons. She was a single mother who raised her children alone and worked from morning till night so as not to need anything. She worked at the cleaning company Made Bright. The employees did any housework, but most often they were asked to clean apartments. The woman had 3 children who loved their mother very much and appreciated every second spent with her. But they rarely managed to chat about this and that because their mother devoted all of her free time to work. Kara needed this work and appreciated her place in the company because it was the only opportunity to support her children and pay for housing. Therefore, she agreed to any order, not afraid of either difficult or dirty work. She did not even have time for lunch, and of course, this influenced the woman's health. Kara had peptic ulcers and other ailments, but in spite of everything, she continued working. The head of the company appreciated such a conscientious, hard-working employee. On one of her regular working days, Kara arrived at work as usual. That day, she had only one order. The woman wrote down the address and headed that way. She had no idea what would happen to her there. A well-known person in the city lived in the house. Kara was greeted by the housekeeper, Madeline Blue. With a smile, she informed the woman that the house was cleaned, but there were some other requests for Kara. It turned out that the owners of the house invited the woman to help arrange a bright, grand party, and it would take place that night. This required tremendous preparation, and Madeline alone could not cope with such an amount of work, and therefore she decided to ask for Kara's help. First, the woman had to go to the kitchen, to the most famous chef in the city. His name was Manny Slamovitz. He was busy preparing a dinner for 6 people. He gave Kara a very unusual task, to taste each dish and evaluate it. Is the treat suitable for an exquisite evening at the celebrity's house? The woman was amazed. No one had ever given her such an order before, but she took it very responsibly. Kara appreciated an exclusive South American dish, lobsters with quail egg and basil sauce. She knew the price of such lobsters, almost $500. It was exciting for her to think what they would bring her to try next. It turned out to be a portion of gourmet truffles. They were covered with edible gold, which alone costs about $4,000. Glancing through the menu for the upcoming celebration, Kara realized that something really grandiose was happening. Soon, the doorbell rang. Madeline asked Kara to open the door, but she went with her. There were 2 reflexology specialists. The housekeeper said that before the session, they needed to work out their hands and invited Kara to be a client of the massage therapists beforehand. The woman was a bit shocked by this request. She suddenly had a feeling that something strange and not quite right was happening to her. But since the massage was done to her while she was sitting with her clothes on, the woman relaxed. She decided to take the opportunity to get some small benefit for herself, doing her tasks at work. The reflexologist started doing the massage, and Kara joked, "It seems like it's my birthday today. Too much pleasure." The woman was shocked by everything that was happening to her right now, but those were not the strongest emotions for today. An incredible shock awaited her. Kara did not yet know that her visit to this house would turn her life upside down. When the massage ended, Madeline told Kara to go to the 2nd floor where she had a lot to do. The housekeeper gave the woman a very strange task: to remove all of the most expensive and fashionable clothes from the wardrobe. But the most incredible thing was that Kara was allowed to take everything that she could from the dressing room. The woman was also presented with a chic gold watch of a famous brand. Downstairs, the doorbell rang again. It turned out to be a courier with large boxes. Kara was told to open them. Looking inside, the woman was dumbfounded. All of her things were packed in the boxes. She was speechless and stopped in surprise. But then Kara was horrified when the courier announced that those boxes were for Mrs. Simmons, the owner of the house. But this was the first day that she'd ever seen this house. There was not a single person she knew in it, but someone had brought her things here. And what did the delivery man mean by the owner of the house, Mrs. Simmons? But then Madeline did something very strange. She hugged Kara and said, "Yes, you have come to the right place. This is the home of Mrs. Simmons, my boss." Kara did not know what to answer and only opened her eyes even wider. The guys from the Prank It Forward team could not resist and revealed to Kara the meaning of what was happening. It turned out that it was a prank. They filmed another episode about how to improve the lives of ordinary people, but this was no joke. Surprisingly, the house was given to Kara and her 3 children. This unusual order completely changed her fate. Having crossed the threshold of this house to clean it, even in her wildest fantasies, she could not have imagined that by the evening it would be her property. Crying, Kara spoke her gratitude to the people from the prank team for changing the life of her family. The woman believed in the best and worked tirelessly, and for this, she received a gorgeous gift of fate. And the Prank It Forward team is a real pleasure and recognition of a happy family. That is all I wanted to tell. What do you think of this wonderful story? Write your comments and share this video with your friends.